A great rumble would be felt over the planet, and instantly Beerus would release destructive energy because he was afraid of the warrior who it could be.
Mr. Beerus, calm down. As I've told you, the premonitions are 90% correct, but there is also 10% error.
We all know that, Oracle Fish. Mr. Beerus is afraid he knows Son Goku will never stay still in the dimension we've sent him.
But why are they able to send Goku to that dimension? Thanks to him, Universe 7 won the victory in the Tournament of Power.
I understand, but you must realize that Son Goku never met Zeno-sama. So, although he didn't want to accept it, this has partially been his fault.
I see you have some reason. I disagree because no matter how many problems Son Goku causes, I was always looking for a way to solve them. But, well, they're not the matters of concern for me, since you are the deities of this universe.
The Oracle Fish would proceed to leave, and Beerus had stopped releasing that great power. Vegeta, surprised, wasn't able to do anything. The destructive energy in his body didn't allow him to move, and was able to observe everything that happened.
Hell, I doubt Kakarot can get out, since it's been created by the power of the angels. I gotta become more powerful.
Vegeta would try to make his head go blank. It was impossible since each defeat he had with Kakarot passed through his mind. And in the dimension, Goku would continue meditating, despite that the room was created by angels and had very special characteristics. Stronger they become, the gravity increased. And they noticed by Goku because the three of them trained, and the pressure that fell on Goku's body would end the life of his kids. Goten didn't even have variables of Super Saiyan. Gohan had power which would rival the divine energy, but was still not enough. I gotta master my energy completely if I'm not interested with every one of my bones being destroyed, but I swear I'll make it. Goku would meditate. Something in that no one in that place had noticed was that time would pass differently. Since they were training, no matter how many years they spent outside, they'd never grow old. In which the same way, one day outside was 2 years inside. But none of the warriors had noticed this. On the other end of the dimension, Gohan released a little of his power in his mystical state, and he began to train Goten, who he could master higher levels of pressure in his body. I know this isn't a big deal for you, Goten, since you all are the Saiyan like me, but you gotta start little by little. I want to make sure that my beast mode pressure, that I'll break your bones if I don't have a good foundation. Of course, brother. Help me become your powerful. I can't believe one of our friends has betrayed us. I want revenge. Damn, Goten, already seeks thirst for revenge. It's obvious since even our mother betrayed us. I want to get out of here. Gohan would instantly release more pressure and began to exchange several blows. With each blow, Goten was injured because the pressure of Gohan was able to bring to his knees, compromised his speed a little, and was crucial in battle. Enough! I want you to meditate. I want to help awaken the power of Super Saiyan 2, and we need to walk a traditional path. Gohan would put his hand on Goten's head. Gohan, with his great power, was able to get Goten an illusion. Goku and Gohan were defeated by the gods if Goten wasn't able to do anything. Gohan would notice Goten's power rise. Heh, apparently he's been able to work. Now it's just a little bit more to be able to access Super Saiyan 2. A golden aura of energy would rise over the place. Goten's power was able to grow greatly. I swear I'll end the lives of those good-for-nothings. My father and brother gave their lives. Miserable gods, I'll eradicate them. Goten would instantly fall out of combat because Super Saiyan 2 was too much on him. Gohan would carry his brother, getting him to rest somewhere away from where Gohan would start training. Been able to access Super Saiyan B state, but my bones and internal organs were compromised. My body was heavy and I wasn't able to move. I felt like everything was destroyed. Gohan was instantly begin to meditate, and rays were scattered over the place of the dimension. Goku would open his eyes and notice the place had been 6 months, and their bodies were in the perception of time of the outside world. And the three warriors would only feel like a few hours passed, but their bodies and abilities had been training for about 6 months, and Goku was able to master 92% of his internal energy, and thanks to this, Goku was able to access the perfect Ultra Instinct, which took over the place of a great aura would rise, and among the silver glitter, Goku could observe an imposing look. I was able to master my internal energy to 92%, and I'm sure I can achieve it. Although currently I want to increase my power, and I want to know which transformation is the most useful to me on the battlefield. Goku and Ultra Instinct would concentrate, making Kakarot materialize, and a shadow moved a little from him. the large smoke would form, being identical to Goku being observed. This time, he had red hair. I want you to fight me. I know this transformation is more favorable. The Ultra Instinct mastered this transformation I call Full Power Ultra Instinct. I feel that both have very different characteristics and can adapt to different styles of combat. That'd be better. Okay, but if you ask me for advice, you shouldn't call for Full Ultra Instinct, because Ultra Instinct could be something like this. Kakarot would clench his fists with power, his hair would turn white, and despite it, his muscles would grow, and his body, reacting on its own, would not be able to dodge them because the change of speed for power. This would be the full power of Ultra Instinct. If my enemy overshadows me in power, I don't want to go to the afterlife alone. So I detonate an explosion. It's for combat, but it's a terrible idea. I personally recommend you call it the Super Saiyan of Revenge. Ha! It doesn't matter what we name it. We have to figure out which is the best transformation on the battlefield. That's why I've asked you to materialize so you can help me fight against me. Ha! It'd be a pleasure, because even though I've been sealed in your subconscious for years, the Saiyan blood runs through my body. Heh! I don't doubt that you could stand up to me, since I'm the warrior who's able to overcome the power of the gods. But don't you forget that you are me and I am you. For that reason, we're able to overcome the power of the gods, and for that reason, I was able to achieve it. In that case, I want to check what you're saying, because apparently you have a big mouth, but you can't move from the place. You afraid? Kakarot, irritated by his counterpart, pounced on Goku, but the transformation Kakarot possessed Goku didn't know, and he also had the Ultra Instinct. Goku would dodge Kakarot's blow, a knee to the stomach a little, and would amaze him for a few brief moments. He was able to overcome his reaction speed of the Ultra Instinct, and they took a little distance. Well, I don't have to trust myself after all, since I can tell that you're a rare transformation that you possess the Ultra Instinct. Huh. You didn't think that it was a lie that I could do it too? After all, we're the same person, a being that never should have separated. I agree. You don't have the battle experience I have, and that's a weak point. You don't have to fill no matter how hard you try. And you forget that I was a Saiyan who was supposed to conquer Earth. The experience of hundreds of generations runs through my veins. But since you have such a high ego, I'll show you how you possess the Ultra Instinct. You lose. Goku would feel how his body would shudder, and the whole area of Kakarot changed. The essence of a god of death would be perceived, and Goku, without able to react, a blow was able to send him flying. And Goku wasn't able to see it, and the damage created madness. Since Goku wasn't able to stand up, large amounts of blood were released. What? How could you hit me? I wasn't able to see anything. My body wasn't able to react. How were you able to do it? How was it a normal blow? Ha! You have so much ego that the great power you back up, since no enemy could reveal to you how much you could break your defense. Goku would stand more seriously and throw himself against him. In seconds, the level of his opponent moved away incredibly, because Kakarot didn't move in the slightest. He didn't dodge any of his punches, and the punches received weren't able to make him move, and would act annoyed by Goku even more. Damn it! Don't underestimate me! Take this! Destructive blow! Goku would use a great power in his fist, and the beastly blow on Kakarot's face would cause an explosion. While Goku's smiling, among the smoke the explosion would reveal red eyes, and Goku would feel the real terror. But before he could react, Goku would hold him with incredible brutality on the neck, being able to sink him into the ground, and Goku, with all his physical strength, wasn't able to do anything against him. Since the whole battle was going on, Gohan would continue meditating, and of several Semas, Gohan was able to get Beast Mode at will. I've finally been able to manage access to Beast Mode. It's like Goten, I also need a trigger to achieve it. I've got to master it. Gohan would instantly access his Beast Mode, but the power he released on this occasion was 3 times more than when he faced the gods, and Gohan hadn't noticed such an increase in power. Gohan in his Beast Mode would simulate training battles with each gods, while Goten would train Super Saiyan 2. I know that I haven't been able to master Super Saiyan 2, and even Super Saiyan 3. When I'm able to achieve it, I'll finally be able to access the Divine Essence. Get ready! Kakarot was able to humiliate Goku, because this time, even though Goku stood up, his punches couldn't do anything. Ha! I've warned you. Apparently the Ultra Instinct is not a transformation that fighting powerful enemies, and it gives great reflexes. It's limited in the transformation, and more speed and power, your reflexes decrease a little. What? How do you know that? Were you able to analyze my battle formation since the Gods of Destruction?
I have, and fought the whole battle in Ultra Instinct. I'm sure at this dead moment, this power of the Ultra Instinct's limited, and your transformation state's short. The Ultra Instinct in your base state, and in the same way, you can access other variants at will to have great increase.
I've been able to understand it, so I want to face you with Super Saiyan God Rose. I want to check what distance separates me from that rare transformation.
Heh, alright, let me heal your wounds.
No, don't worry, I've got something I wanted to check.
Goku would instantly rise his base state and would close his eyes concentrating, accessing Super Saiyan God, which all his wounds and energy were able to be restored.
The Super Saiyan God has the regeneration, but his power is lower.
It's inferior. You're not able to master the transformation even 20% of the reason I was able to beat you, since I am using Super Saiyan God.
What? But it's different from Super Saiyan God that I have. Why is that?
I've been able to bring the power to Super Saiyan God 100%. For that reason, your blows can't do anything to me, and the regeneration's autonomous makes me recover instantly.
Wow, you've got a lot of secrets. I want to check to see what I can do against Super Saiyan God Rose. This time, I don't plan to underestimate you.
Goku would instantly increase his power, the dimension shaking as the power Goku released was madness. The entire dimension would crack and would give a red color, because this time Kakarot's power as well as Goku's were forming a single being, or Goku was absorbing Kakarot's power, including his essence.
Hey Goku, the power of the Super Saiyan God is incredible, but I gotta confess, there's power beyond the Super Saiyan God, and it's known as the Super Saiyan Beast, or even the Super Saiyan Chaos. Wow, I've never heard of a transformation like that. It seems interesting, but how do I know this is all that you've lied to me? I don't understand. I gotta confess, I don't know how I know this knowledge, but only the requirement that the same warrior be consciousness of two, and only one of them has to absorb the other consciousness to obtain the power of a priest, since it's said that that power is similar to omnipotence. No, I'm not gonna let you absorb me! If you want to finish me, it won't be easy. Since I have to be more powerful, you can try, but it'll be useless. Ha! If you have this opportunity given to me a few years ago, I'd definitely taken it. But believe me, at this moment, you've been able to win me. For that reason, I want you to absorb me. Because if you don't, I'll disappear anyway. So I want my life to actually be useful. You'll disappear? How? You and I are one being. You can't disappear. Unless I die. I don't plan to, so explain yourself. A few weeks ago, I planned to realize that we remained separate for the majority of your life. We weren't able to unite our essence 100%, but my soul's cracked. When I don't have enough capacity to retain it, my soul, essence, and power will vanish like it never existed. No, damn! It can't be happening. You better not say something stupid, otherwise, like you told me before, I was a fool to have you fight. This is my fault. Damn it, I'm really sorry. Ha! For that damn reason, I don't want you to know, but don't worry. Because for me, it'll be a pleasure to crush those gods with this power. Damn, I swear that I'll finish with those bastards who betrayed us. If none of this happened, you'd still be in the corner of my consciousness. You have nothing to regret, because in this short time, you've been the best thing for me. The best Saiyan with the most fun of fights. You can't imagine the helplessness when I wasn't able to do anything in your body. Goku would continue to absorb the power of his counterpart, with the intention of destroying the entire angel dimension completely. Gohan managed to master the beast state, and it wasn't able to deplete any of his energy. Goten had achieved Super Saiyan Blue, leaving Gohan surprised by the progress of his brother. Wow, Goten, you amaze me. You've been able to get all these things for Super Saiyan and could hold the divine energy. I'm proud of you. Thanks, brother, but it's not enough. I need more power to get rid of these bastards who call themselves the gods of destruction. Goten, definitely your essence has changed. I don't judge you, even though you have a pure heart, but you want to end these miserable lives. Thank you, brother, for not judging me, but we gotta continue our training. I'm sure we'll be able to get out soon. In the outside world, on the planet of Beerus, he was next to Whis, walking over to his planet. His expression was of tension, because the news of the Oracle Fish, his temperament drastically changed, even starting to be a little paranoid. Mr. Beerus, it would be better to calm down because in this case he is unable to control his emotions. This will be worse. Son Goku and his children are wanting to destroy our barrier. Keep calm. Join the other gods. It's the only way to end Son Goku's life once and for all.
You're right. Even I'm the most powerful god of the 12 universes. There's nothing to have. I gotta concentrate. That damn mortal must not generate these emotions in me.
Beerus would close his eyes and stabilize his emotions. Over the planet, though, an incredible power would make him rumble, even destroying the celestial bodies around him. All this would be caused by the Prince of the Saiyans releasing the power of a god of destruction while his aura rose over the place. Well, this is amazing. I didn't think Mr. Vegeta could access the status of a god of destruction in only 3 weeks. Definitely these Saiyans are full of surprises. Apparently the energy of the destruction I've been able to grant you has been able to achieve this state beyond the god of destruction. Vegeta, how do you like that power? Are you satisfied or not with it?
Thanks, Mr. Beerus, for granting me the training of a god of destruction, since there would be no other power like this if it hadn't been for you. I'm glad you're thankful. Unlike that damn Goku, you know your priorities in this universe. I hope you become more powerful. In this case, at some point, Goku's able to get out of here. Mr. Beerus, I've listened to your conversation with Whis, but with the respect you deserve, I doubt Kakarot can leave, since he's reinforced by divine energy of the 12 angels. For a mortal to try, it's impossible. Nothing he could do will be useful.
Of course, I understand your viewpoint, but what Mr. Beerus is worried about is that the Oracle Fish informs him of the catastrophe of a Super Saiyan God. Although, of course, they are not always correct, the fact that Son Goku is in another dimension, we know he'll try to become more powerful to destroy it.
I promise I'll give everything of myself to keep that damn insect not be able to generate destruction in my universe. Whis, keep training me. I'm sure that Kakarot's still alive. He'll be training.
I agree with you, Mr. Vegeta. The persistence of him is something to admire. Don't worry, though. I'll plan to train you, and this will be something that'll make you more powerful.
Whis, I'll also join the training, because if I have a great training partner with similar power to mine, then that means we'll grow our power, and that'll make Vegeta more powerful, so he's at my level. Mr. Beerus, the respect you deserve, I'm sure at your level right now, with all due respect, I think I'm capable of beating you at 100% of my power. Because being a Saiyan of my power never stops growing. Ha! Vegeta, for what I'm realizing, you do have guts. But that's impossible for you to beat me. I've trained for millions of years. It doesn't matter if you're a prodigy. Training time is unmatched.
I agree with Mr. Beerus, though I would love to see your limit, since Beerus-sama, being the most powerful god of the 12 universes, has millions of years, he doesn't use 100% of his power, and this training will be able to analyze his weak points.
Fine by me. Since I've always wanted to face Beerus in a one-on-one battle, I promise to use every last drop of my energy. That's fine with me, because if you're not able to use all your power, I'll end your life in one fell swoop, so get ready.
Beerus would get in a battle pose while starting to let his energy flow through his body. Vegeta would likewise get in a battle pose, starting to increase his power in the Ultra Ego.
I'm ready. Just hope you're ready, Beerus. Don't have to tell me that. I'll defeat you without realizing your defeat.
Both warriors rushed each other, exchanging thousands of blows over the battlefield. They even possessed the energy of destruction, and when Vegeta approached Beerus' aura, his body began to be affected. Beerus' energy was more powerful and destructive, and Vegeta at a great speed would take distance. In front of him, Beerus would connect a blow, making him fall, destroying everything around him, while Beerus would descend.
Well, you're still immortal after all. Since you don't require the power to stand up, I gotta confess I use 45% of my power. That's something immortals should be proud of.
A great purple aura would be released over the place, and a bigger power would fall down, since this time Vegeta would start to take his body to the limit, and the intention wasn't to clown against Beerus. Training in the dimension, though, Goku was able to assimilate all the power of Kakarot, and he would access Super Saiyan God of Chaos, which would turn his body silver and his musculature increase. The power of Goku on this occasion would be seen by his children, who would stop their training, since a great pressure would fall on them.
Wow, this is the power of our father!
I feel like the whole body's destroyed. I can't believe that this power is able to end these miserable gods. I gotta confess, the power of Dad. I agree with you, Goten. No god will be able to do something against us. Goku would continue to increase his power, and for a few brief moments on a red color, due to increased power was running through it. He would scream, accompanied by a few roars and explosions over the place, leaving his children surprised, who were able to take a long distance, but because they were closer, they'd be completely crushed. An explosion generated would be seen by Goku in a transformation that made him look imposing, while his whole body was giving off an incredible pressure. So this is the Super Saiyan of Chaos. Gohan, Goten, we gotta leave. We'll only stay for a few months to master our transformations, so put effort into these last months. Of course, Father, but the power you have is madness. My legs are shaking in front of you. If my legs tremble, then I can withstand the pressure. If I am succeeding, the pressure of the gods will be nothing, because Dad's more powerful. Don't worry, I'm here to protect you. I promise that this time we'll finish those bastards who turn their back on us. Son Goku's family would start training with the intention of leaving once and for all. Returning to the battle of Beerus and Vegeta, the winner was clear that it was Beerus, since through the battle he'd been able to keep Vegeta at bay, while his destructive energy was able to overshadow Vegeta's. You have great potential, but the mistake that the Saiyans always make is to rush long before they've mastered their power. For that simple reason, you've lost, since you don't manage to master 30% of the energy of a god in destruction. Vegeta would stand, his body expelling blood, which would make him fall to the ground out of combat. With a little more training, Vegeta's power could increase greatly, but we gotta not trust ourselves. I'm sure the Oracle Fish premonition will come true, and we have to end Son Goku's life once and for all. We're not sure about that, Mr. Beerus. Although Mr. Goku has a great potential, I doubt that very much he'll be able to destroy that dimension. Since it is formed with the energy of a guardian angel, it is practically impossible for a mortal. I hope you're right, Whis, because in the case Goku's able to escape from that dimension, it'll be the most destructive battle that the gods and angels have. In any case, it'd be better to organize a meeting with the gods and angels to keep us alert. In that same way, their gods are subject to rigorous training. You're right, Whis. Please communicate with the gods to hold a meeting on my planet in about 2 hours. Whis would begin to communicate with all the guardian angels. In returning to the dimension, few months have passed, and inside that time room, very differently, Goten would manage the perfect Ultra Instinct, and Gohan would take his limit to the Beast God, obtaining a power that would rival the angels of the gods of destruction. A little more to get me out of here. I'm sure that we can do it if we try harder. I have to be able to master the Ultra Instinct completely, and with my training, we'll come to an end. Goku would remain static. That's right, Goku was trying to control his energy drain of the Super Saiyan God of Chaos. With this power, I'll crush the gods and angels. I want to end those bastards once and for all. Instantly, the dimension they were in turned red, and it was destroyed entirely because Goku on this occasion released a lot of his power, and his power was so incredible it would destroy that dimension without any difficulty. Outside, an overwhelming pressure would be felt by the 12 universes. Even being able to feel up the realm of Zeno-sama, living beings were affected by that great pressure. Since this time, hundreds of beings were seen dying. A much more powerful pressure would fall on the beings of divine energy, since it was for whom the pressure of Goku was directed. Meanwhile, from a large energy portal, it could be seen how 3 warriors were emanating great power. Well, so after long, we've been able to return to Earth. But my children, go check out to see what you're afraid of. I'll go wait for you. Gohan and Goten went to their base state, heading at a great speed towards their home. Chi-Chi would be surprised to see her children. How's it possible you're here? You guys were supposed to be sealed by Mr. Beerus and Whis. That's gotta be a mistake. What's going on? I told you, brother. Even Mom colluded with everything with those damn gods have done to us. It'd be better to end the scum once and for all. Chi-Chi would be surprised by her son's words, but without time to react, Goten would grant her a strong kick, taking her life. It'd be better if we go check if your wife has conspired against you too. But I hope you're ready for the worst, brother, since we can't trust her either. Gohan would be surprised by her brother's temper. Inside, he knew everything was telling him it was the right thing. So both brothers would leave Gohan's wife's house, but when they arrived at his wife's house, he wasn't able to find her or his daughter. What the hell? Where the hell are they supposed to be? I don't want to think the worst. On Beerus' planet, the deities with Vegeta had great pressure, and with maximum speed, Whis would head towards the planet Earth. And in the same way, they communicated with other gods and angels.
I don't know who the enemy is, but if it's Kakarot, I gotta be able to defeat him. I'm the Prince of the Saiyans, I can't lose.
Goku would notice the energy of the deities of the Universe 7 were beginning to approach him, so he would stand up with a slight smile while he was in the imperfect Ultra Instinct, which he'd chosen as his new base state. Gohan and Goten weren't able to locate his daughter and wife, and because of this, Gohan would begin to concentrate, trying to communicate telepathically with his wife, being able to receive a very weak signal since his vital signs were about to disappear.
Gohan, it's you! I always knew you'd be able to get out of that dimension and take revenge for everything they've done to you. Please, end them. I wasn't able to protect our daughter.
Gohan's anger would rise incredibly, accessing Super Saiyan God Beast, flying to a great speed where his wife was, and being able to arrive a few moments towards Bulma's house.
You better die, because if we set you free, I'm sure you'll do something crazy with the intention of those miserable people capable of returning to this reality.
Gohan will be able to finish all of you. He'll be able to pay for the ending of the life of my dear daughter. She was not able to blame for anything. You are miserable.
We know that the little girl wasn't to blame, but we had to end the traces of the blood of those miserable people, because in the future she could also be a threat. I hope that you know how to excuse me. This isn't personal, but we can't allow a new warrior with miserable Goku's tainted blood to appear again. I'm sorry.
Videl was on the surge of death. However, before Krillin was able to end Videl's life, an incredible aura would rise up over the place. Gohan was where everyone was, and with a smoke screen didn't show anything. Gohan, with a quick movement, was able to hold Krillin by the neck, strangling him with anger.
You damn good for nothing! My father always gave his life for you so you couldn't die so many times. But since you're nothing but an insect, you won't be able to survive on your own. Believe me, it won't make me the proudest to end your life.
Krillin wasn't able to do anything because Gohan's power was incredible compared to him, who was just a simple human.
But I don't want to end your life this way.
Gohan would release Krillin. Krillin, despite being amazed by his appearance, would come up with a plan.
I don't know how to escape from this damn place, but they are weakened. I have to be able to finish this wretch since he's been entrusted.
All of these thoughts would go through his mind, where he'd begin to plan, starting to beg for mercy so that Gohan would let his guard down. Krillin would release his whole body, being able to levitate without him being able to control it.
I never said I'd end your miserable life, so I hope you're ready, you worm. I want to see some excellent fireworks again.
Krillin would start screaming because of the pain Gohan was using in his levitation technique. It was much more bloodthirsty than the technique that Frieza used against Krillin.
Now, explode and become part of the nothingness of this universe, you damn good-for-nothing!
Krillin's body would explode into hundreds of pieces, leaving no trace of existence, and it would happen while the smoke screen continued. Since it dissipated, Bulma would realize this place where Videl was not, getting a little upset.
What are you supposed to be doing, Krillin? I didn't tell you to let Videl go. You just had to end his life, or do I have to do everything?
But with a big gust of wind, all the dust disappeared, and Bulma could see Gohan as she fell to the ground due to the impression.
But you're Gohan. How's it possible you're here? You're supposed to be locked in a dimension that God's created for you. So even you knew those bastards who've done this to us, and apparently you also agreed. I understand. It only remains for me to end your life. Don't say something stupid. They wouldn't be able to end my life. I'm your father's best friend, and even though we betrayed them, he'll still be able to forgive us.
Before Bulma could continue talking, Gohan, with a huge energy beam, went through her body with multiple parts falling to the ground.
You're very wrong, of course. Right now, I'm going to end your pathetic existence, the same way you guys tried to end us.
Bulma's face would change to that of incredible terror. The deities would arrive in front of where Goku was, though, and he didn't look surprised, thanks to the premonitions the Oracle Fish had for the Saiyans. So apparently you've been able to get out of that dimension after millions of years. You surprised me. How were you able to forget last time we were able to beat you? What do you think it would be different this time? At the moment, the other gods and angels arrived on the battlefield, being surrounded by Goku, leaving him in the center.
You're right. Last time you were defeating me, but I ask you something. Who else could break their limits since the last time we met? I'll answer you myself.
None of you can raise their power, and I'll show you. If a flash, Goku would manage to connect a single blow to the gods, angels, and Vegeta, being able to make them fall, while in the center, Goku in that place was with a speed that was so monstrous, the angels were having a difficult time with the Ultra Instinct not seeing his movement. That's what I mean, that no one here can overcome their limits except me, and this time I'll take it upon myself to end their lives once and for all. Damn, how the hell could he hit us? I wasn't able to see anything, but I won't let him humiliate me. I'll end his existence myself. Vegeta would stand up releasing all his power because the whole Universe 7 would shake, being able to feel his energy of Gohan and Goten, who would quickly go to where Vegeta's power was released. Gohan would leave the place, and he would leave where his wife was in a safe place. I promise I'll come back for you with the Dragon Balls, and we'll revive our daughter. I'm sorry for not being able to come back sooner. Don't worry, Gohan. I really appreciate that you came to save me. Gohan, together with Goten, quickly left, while Bulma was disintegrated by Gohan, and for his part on the battlefield, Vegeta in his max power would pounce against Goku. These gods and angels would realize the difference in the powers were abysmal. I can't comprehend the power of Mr. Goku that he was able to achieve. Even his power can overshadow us completely.
I agree with you, brother, but we can't allow a mere mortal to get away with it. If he's able to humiliate us, I'm sure he can seek revenge for everything we've done for him.
In that case, if the Saiyan is able to surpass us, we must be able to merge, so that the miserable mortal will know his pathetic place.
This conversation of the angels would be interrupted, realizing each and every one of the gods rushed Goku in the same way, because Vegeta's power couldn't do anything. Goku, despite being at a numerical disadvantage, was able to make them look like children. And at that moment, an incredible power of Gohan and Goten would be released over the battlefield, being able to retrain the gods by 80% due to the pressure that the brothers radiated was on another level. Goku was staring at each and every one of the gods.
So you tried to attack me, and even though we weren't matched numerically, it'd be us 3 against you 12. And since Vegeta's garbage doesn't count, his power's lower than that of an ant.
Vegeta was pissed about what Goku said and pounced on him, but would be stopped by Beerus.
Calm down, Vegeta. That damn Goku's trying to get you out of your mind. He's not able to face all of us equally.
Beerus, it's a pity, but I am afraid to inform you that you're wrong, since I haven't even used 2 new transformations that I've been able to achieve, but because of that stupid comment, I'll use the Perfect Ultra Instinct.
Goku would access Perfect Ultra Instinct, leaving everyone surprised by the power created by Goku's body. Definitely, we angels have to face Son Goku. His power is able to overcome the gods of destruction. Instantly, Goku's family would pounce on the gods. Despite being at a disadvantage, Goku and his sons humiliated their enemies. The gods, despite using techniques, they couldn't do anything to the mortals that were in front of them. And the gods, one after another, would fall. They were alive since their blows were not that of the intention to end their lives, but at a certain point, Goku would release more power, being able to freeze everything around him with his pressure. Gods, you'll have to ask yourself why you weren't able to end our lives, and the answer's simple. I just want to make you suffer, and I want to make you feel agonizing pain and make you beg for your lives. The tension in the place was evident, and the 12 guardian angels would enter the battlefield. I, the most powerful angel, accept that we don't have the power to face Son Goku, but what do you think of this? At that moment, 12 angels, gods, and even Vegeta were beginning to be attracted by a large pentagram that was formed throughout Universe 7, and all the warriors in the pentagram formed a single being. This in order to finish Son Goku and his children once and for all. This powerful warrior would form. Goku would smile. So they plan to form a single warrior by finishing me. It's a pity that they're not going to work, since their power's pathetic. No matter how many scumbags join, they'll still be scumbags. Father, this could be dangerous. We gotta stop them, because if they form one being, their powers will multiply greatly. No, Gohan, don't worry, because even if you guys haven't seen all the power I've been able to get, no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to do anything against us, so trust me. Okay, Father. Because of that, we'll always trust you, and I'm sure that we'll have the power to stand up. It's time to show you the power of the Super Saiyan Supreme God, the power that goes beyond the Guardian Angels. Get ready. Goku at this moment would make a great power, leaving his children surprised. This power that Goku released was crazy, because the power condensed in all his energy veins was incomparable. Even the new warrior had formed, it felt like his body was shaking, and Goku continued to increase his power, so much so that this time the silhouette of the face of the Great Ozaru would be seen through Universe 7.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.